मेरा नाम यासिन हुसैन है। मैं चला रहा हूँ 8 साल से चला रहा हूँ। मुश्किल से एक 30-40 रुपये मिलना मुश्किल था, तो यहाँ से 2-3 किलोमीटर आगे जाना पड़ता, फिर वहाँ से पिकअप कर लेंगे, फिर यहाँ छोड़ देंगे, फिर आगे फिर वहीं जाना पड़ता। वैसा हमारा गैस भी ख़त्म होता। अब पूरा ये धंधा नहीं चल रहा हमारे को।
ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ರವಿ ಅಂತ. ನಮ್ಮದು ಹಾಸನ ಊರು. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು 1 ಇಯರ್ ಆಯಿತು. 1 ಇಯರಿಂದ ಆಟೋ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಫೋನು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್. ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆಟೋ. ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಗಾಡಿ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಡ್ಯೂಟಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಹೊಡೆದಿದ್ದು ಆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ನಾಳೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು 1000ಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮುರ್ತಂಜಯ ಅಂತ. 5 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಆಟ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈ ಓಬಾರು ಅದೇ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡೌನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮುಂಚೆಲ್ಲ 500-600 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಧಕ್ಕರ್ಧ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೈತೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಆಟ ಓಡಿಸೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕಬೇಕಲ್ವ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಓಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ.
मेरी बीवी बच्चे 6, मेरे बीवी बच्चे 4-5 बच्चे हैं, मैं मेरी बीवी 7 पूरे। एक 15 साल की, एक 16 साल की है, एक 13 साल की है, एक 10 साल का है, एक 8 साल का है, एक 6 साल का। हमारे को तो बहुत चौपट हो गया। ये ऊपर अवलो आके बहुत ऑटो वाले का बहुत धंधा ठंडा हो गया। हम जो गरीब हुई ना, उसमें रोटी कमाना पड़ता है हमारे को, इसको भाड़ा देना पड़ता, ऑटो वाले को भाड़ा देना पड़ता, इसमें गैस उठाना पड़ता, बाद में हमारे को लेकर जाना पड़ता घर को। ठीक है, इसलिए तो ऊपर का वो हमारे को तो सेट नहीं हो रहा, वो अलग है, समझ में ना। वो हमारे को निकाल दो बस, वो तय है हमारे को। ऊपर बोलो यहाँ से निकाल दो, हमारे को अच्छा होता, तय है हमारा।
ಡೈಲಿ ರಸ್ತೆಲೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಡೈಲಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಇವಾಗ 4 ಅವರ್ 5 ಅವರ್ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವಾಗ 2 ಅವರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಡೈಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಓಡೋದು ಸರ್, ಕ್ಯಾಬ್ಗಳು ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಆಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋದು.
If they have taken cars from, say, third agencies, they have to give some money there and they have their fuel expenses. So literally what is left in their hand, it's about few hundreds, for which it's very hard for them to survive. And even in a month's time, it's very less, because again you have your fuel expenses, and depending on the amount of fuel your car extracts, all of that, it's all technical problems which they all don't know before they take this up. And the second problem what they face is that this is, I think, created from the side of the app. So they have these incentive structures which they give initially, which is about giving a lot of money in the start and a lot of rewards for everything they do. So basically this keeps them driving, because the original pain itself which is left in their hand is actually not as much. So what they do is they fall for this particular incentive structure, and initially they get a lot of money and they're quite happy with it. But what happens eventually is that these incentive structures are taken back, and again they get the original pay of what they get, and then they suffer immensely because they don't get that money again, and this leads them to drop out of the whole scheme itself. And because they're working 12 to 14 hours a day and they don't get anything in return, they realize that ultimately what they're getting in hand is nothing, and the amount of effort that is given to them is a lot. Suppose, say, if he makes 5 rides a day, it gets 1,000. But the same 5 rides, if it's on base of count, it becomes nothing, because most of the thing goes on your fuel and all of that. When the incentives go up, it's like an ultimate turnover for them.
They are, much convenient for the people. In fact, it's working class and middle class, etc. It is quite convenient for them. Because it can reach anywhere, any ups and cons, and it's of the city. In fact, it's compared to taxi service. Taxi service at times we find a lot of difficulties.
especially in cities where most of the time there's a lot of traffic, it's very hard for them to complete say even 7 or 8 rides, which is set up as the target by these apps like Uber and Ola and all will set like say 7 to 8 targets, only then will you get like this much extra money. So they struggle to do that, but because of practical issues like a lot of traffic on the road, they do not get that money. So these are the few problems they face. And third thing is their motivation levels drop down. So many times what happens is because they don't get enough money, they cannot meet their basic needs, and these are the people who already have a lot of financial issues. That's the reason they are getting into things like driving. The amount of people who usually do driving are not financially able people who really are hand to mouth people are the ones who get into Uber driving. So what happens is that because they are already struggling, this further worsens their struggle more, because they think it's a great thing to shift from say riding autos to getting into cabs, but what happens at the end of it is there's a lot of suffering, and eventually they feel that the life they were leading before is better because at least they get the money they earn properly, and and there's not of these technical issues are not the ones they will have to face. Now, the third thing is that whenever these people start, when all of these cab companies come, their major aim is to replace, say, the public transport in that place in the most affordable prices. So they aim basically primarily at auto drivers because they are the first aim. Now, say they want to replace all the auto drivers so that they can turn into riding cabs. So all of these people, they go on fields, they go on all these auto stops and talk to them one-on-one, take their numbers, get calling them, talking to them more and more, and then eventually they take up these drivers and convince them to ride on Uber. So these people further regret doing that because the kind of life they led, because at least the money they had was theirs. They do not have to pay for say 20% of everything to an app and another like say some share of money and ride in traffic. They do not have targets. They are their own bosses. So but when it comes to these apps, they have these bosses who constantly keep pestering them to do this in a particular way or do so many rides, and if they can't do, they do not get their money also. And many of them are Uber partners. So what partners do is they take particular cars and then they hire drivers under them. So they get even more lesser pay. The drivers don't do, they get yelled at by the partners. The Uber executives do not support them, and they have a lot of issues from there. So 80% of every ride goes for the driver who has been driving, and 20% of it goes for the app. And I think it changes from time to time for different apps. My name is Karthik, and I worked in Uber COE Hyderabad as a community operations specialist for a few months. The basic role of our job was we used to get drivers to to use Uber to become drivers in Uber particularly. In future, how things are going to come up, even if this cab aggregation it's companies or people, even if they charge a little bit extra as well, but I think it's when people are not ready to accept those services as against the traditional taxi services and auto, because that is quite convenient. So definitely people will embrace these kind of services, at least in the urban areas of our country, even if it is at 10 rupees express.